transitioning to anime. Uh, Overall thoughts on My Hero Academia season 4. We're gonna give our overall thoughts, and then we're gonna give like our favorite moments from the season.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Easy for me for the season. Favorite moment made me care for a character I didn't think I was going to care for. Basically, I always gave this character the middle finger every time I even saw him come up, especially because he did my boy Todoroki wrong and his family. All the different trauma, horrible deadbeat dad, Endeavor's fight. I say make me care. That's actually kind of a strong way of saying it. To be more accurate, it made me actually like the spotlight shine more on him than it was. Because before, didn't care two shits about him. And all of a sudden, that fight to me just basically a called back on the All Might fight between him and All for One. I felt like similar similarities. During the fight, I mean, you just basically started kind of sort of cheering for him as it was going. You're getting amped. You saw Todoroki and his family's anguish. You saw that he was trying to get better by leaving the flowers for his, his wife, whatever. By him actually apparently talking to All Might prior, all these different things, small things, very minuscule. Apparently, him actually trying to be better, which we give people a lot of shit for them doing horrible things or being a horrible person. But whenever that person is trying to become a better person, I'm still gonna give them shit regardless because of what happened. But if they end up becoming a better person at the end, again, overall, I guess that's a good thing for the whole, even if shit still happened. And to me, I feel like.
Go ahead.
Well, to wrap it up, basically, that and I like the little nods to Fairy Tail during the episode. One of his son is named Natsu. You end up actually seeing a pink-haired kid who likes him, and he's a fire quirk, which is Fairy Tail. Anyway, go ahead.
I think I agree with what you said. On more of I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, this guy did some fucked up shit. Like, ain't no way we can like overlook that. But at the same time, I think the moment that got me like started to like seeing like, yo, he was headed in a different direction. And this is, I think, from season 3. And it was the moment where we walked, I want to say it was Todoroki or somebody walked by this like training room, and you saw him in a like kind of like stressed and like, yo, this is not how I wanted to get to the position I'm in. And another moment from season 4 that got me was with Endeavor was the moment where he was talking to Inasa, and that's the kid from Shiketsu High, the wind power kid. And where at that moment where that kid was like, yo, this guy doesn't have the same look in his eyes, and from when I first met him, I think he's trying to change. And like, you know what kind of person would I be? I think a lot of people probably should look at this like themselves kind of in a way. It's like, what kind of person would I be if I want to be? I supposed to be this person who all good or believes in people, but if a person is trying to change, I'm steady harking on to what they used to be. Honestly, all of us, if we all like walked around with like a sign on our head with the worst shit we've done, we're all pieces of shit, like in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really any better than others. Now there's some people who've done some terrible things. Yeah, you'll probably be out of all of us. Yeah, yours will probably be your sign will be pretty big. But like, listen, it's just like, yo, you got to get a guy a chance. The guy's trying. Like, you don't forget the shit he did, but at the same time, like, you don't want to like. Because if a person's trying to change and the only thing you keep doing is bringing up their past, that'll make them go back to be that person who they used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll think like, yo, no matter what I do, nobody else forgive me, nobody ever like understands. So the fact that this guy's changed and he saw that he should change before like it got too bad. And the fight with the Nomu like even made it that much better because it's like that Nomu was a version of him. Like, and I really appreciate it never after this season. Now, granted, that probably one of my favorite part is going to be Deku, regardless, because like that's my favorite character, and just seeing him with Ariel on his back. The guy's fighting one of the coolest villains I've seen in all of anime and Overhaul. The fact that like Overhaul's completely lost his shit, and Deku's fighting with a little girl on his back. Granted, she's serving a purpose back there. Like you see the potential of what he can become. I haven't had that feeling, and I bullshit you not. I haven't had that feeling I got when Deku went 100% since it's crazy. This is crazy since Goku went Super Saiyan. That's how big an impact when Deku went 100%. That was because it was something. I don't read the manga. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had spoiled it for me, luckily, so I wasn't expecting it. So when I saw it, I'm like, it took me back to that feeling of the '90s that you have, where it's like nowadays everything is spoiled for us. We everything is out there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's seen it, somebody know this. We got leaks or some shit like that. It takes me back to that feeling I had in the '90s, where we was watching Dragon Ball Z every week, and we didn't know what was gonna happen next. And that's what that feeling when Deku went 100% gave me. So that's probably that's the one for me.
I can see that because I think y'all had saw it before I did, and my immediate thought was like Super Saiyan Blue. Like it did, like it took me to a DBZ state of mind. Right, you're right. I do think that first transformation of Super Saiyan was great, but I think I'm going to jump on the Endeavor bandwagon. I think to say what y'all are saying in a different way, I think for me, like the Endeavor is probably like my favorite part of this season because like he became a hero for the reasons I think people should be a hero. Like I think for him in the beginning, it was just about being the best. I want to be number one. But in that fight, it became, I need to be a hero to protect me, to be a better person. You know, as a Superman fan, I'm all about the big blue Boy Scout, you know, mindset. And so like when he kind of during that fight changed and was like, oh, I think he made the statement he could have easily been that Nomu, right? Just trying to gain more power, just a thirst for power in a different universe or whatever. Like his mind kind of changed. Like I got to protect these people. I got to do the right thing, which is my mindset. Like I really resonated with that. You're right. Like you can't just forget about all the shit that he did. But at the same time, like if you don't at least forgive it, like then he may not want to change or become a better person or be the hero that you really need him to be. And I think in that instance, he became the hero. I think like who deserved to be in my mind, he became number one. Like he just from a number standpoint of like, you know, most battles won or however they do the ranking, like he selflessly put his self in harm's way and went beyond his limits to protect the people and defeat them. So like for me, like that was a change in my perception of it. And like, he's got to maintain it, but it was a change. Like to me, it put him on the right path.
That shit got me want to watch it, boy. I ain't lying. Where you at, Angelo?
I'm gonna go a different route, man. I like the Endeavor fight. I admit that was great, but to me, I'm gonna have to go with the million. Anything with a million in it this season was great. The whole fight with Overhaul. I mean, he lost his court, still handled business without his court. Dude was by himself, no power. Handled it. With his power, still whooping ass. Without it, he was like, I don't need it. I'm still gonna handle it, and he did. I mean, when you first meet Miro, and he fights class 1A, he's by himself. He fights the whole class, and y'all know what happened there. And when the time came to handle business, and we got to see what he had to do, my boy did not disappoint me at all. Since the first time I saw him fight, I was a million fan the whole way. And when he lost his court and still handle business, I gotta give him a million love on that. The million is my boy.
Yeah, I can't take nothing away from a million. I think it's a reason he became like a fan favorite immediately. Because here's my thing: when I first saw him, I was like, man, this guy, like, it's a reason like Sir wanted him to like All Might to like pass his powers on him because he's like Lemmy is the true definition of a hero. So when you see him, when I first met him, I'm like, there's no way this guy's this good. There has to be something more to him. Like he has to be putting on an act. Nobody is this good. And then as you watch the season, it progresses. Like you get to that moment where like he like loses his quirk just to protect this girl and continues to fight. That I'll never forget that image of him standing with those holes in him, like, and he's still going with a smile on his fucking face.
Right.
Like
Right.
that's a hero. Like that's really like the Superman mentality that I was trying to look for.
I don't think I was as big a fan as Angelo, but I remember hitting y'all up and being like, "Is his quirk gone? Like, is it gone?" Like, I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
Hitting y'all up, being like, "Wait a minute, is it like gone? Like, it's got to come back, right? Like, it's not like Miro didn't just lose his quirk. Like, I think Fred, you asked us about like sad moments, like watching him do what he do, and I think what hit home for Miro for me, Miro, is like his father had the same quirk and couldn't do anything with it, and so like the work and perseverance that he had to go through to get to that point to where he was, him losing his quirk hurt because like it didn't come easy. It took like
True.
just all the different restrictions that are put on him when he uses his quirk, and then when he uses it to the degree that he does with all that he went through, and then he lost it.
And let's not forget,
right, guys? Like, right, guys? Like, right? Like, I was like disappointed. Like, please don't tell me this dude's quirk is gone. So, like, yeah, I resonate with that thought process. Like, Miro losing his quirk. And then what he did was like, yeah, you're right. The definition of a hero.